Say hello to everybody, Brandon.
Hello, Jacob. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, and Leon Humphrey's with us for the first time. How are you, man?
What's up, man?
Yeah. Yeah. Brandon's in for Connor tonight because Connor is a manager for the women's basketball team, and they're on the road at Appalachian State tonight. They're at halftime. ETSU up 34-23 there, so good luck to Coach Zell and the girls. But so, Brandon, you're filling in for Connor this week and the next time we're on the 29th. So, all right, let's get started, guys. ETSU football went on the road to Samford this week and lost 42-7. They're back on the road for their season finale this week at Chattanooga. Kickoffs at 2:00. Leon, what's your thoughts on the Bucs and how their seasons went?
Oh man, they're still a young team and everything. They just got to keep on fighting. Especially, I feel like this season has shown a lot of promise to what we can bring seasons to come. Recruiting will be better. I believe our players will definitely grow from this and everything. But it just shows promise and potential.
Yeah,
promise and potential.
Yeah. ETSU men's basketball got started on Friday night as they went on the road to Northern Kentucky, took on the Norse, and lost 81-63. But they were back in action Monday night at Savannah State and won 76-61. They're back in action this Friday as they go on the road to number 7 Kentucky in Lexington, Kentucky. Brandon, what's your thoughts on the early 2 games of the Bucs this season, and what's your outlook for Friday night?
Well, I don't think really anybody expected us to win against KU. Sorry, my bad. We still played good though, and then come back beat Savannah State. I think we all expected that. The ETSU still a good team, but Kentucky on Friday. Kentucky struggling early. They lost to Kansas last week. They barely beat Utah Valley State and Vermont. So expect ETSU to come out and keep it close early.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
ETSU women's basketball also got kicked off last Friday night at home over at Brooks Gym as they took down Cincinnati 87-77. They were back in action on Sunday at Tennessee and lost 87-49. They lost Tiana Tarter early in that game with a broken nose. They're, like I said earlier, they're back in action tonight. Just got the second half going, still up 34-23. Leon, what's your thoughts on how Coach Zell and the Bucs have gotten their season going?
So it was a good start. It was actually a great start and everything. I remember at the beginning, though, I was also one of the people who were thinking, Coach Zell, like, how are you scheduling? How are you scheduling? Like, what's going on in your head and everything? But I love how we're gonna play. We're gonna play talent. We're gonna have to compete. We're gonna have to go up against hard teams and everything. But that would lead to growth as well. So I'm very happy on how we started, and we'll just see how it goes during this season.
Yeah. To get to some national news here, UCLA suspended 3 players today: LeAngelo Ball, Jalen Hill, and Cody Riley after they were arrested in Shanghai last week for theft of in a Louis Vuitton store over there. They're suspended indefinitely. Brandon, what's your thoughts on this whole situation with the Bruins?
I think it's so stupid that 3 Division I college basketball players are going to go to China and they're going to shoplift. I can't believe the utter stupidity that went through their minds when they were stealing whatever they were stealing. I don't know, but I can't. Words can't describe how stupid that is, in my opinion.
And of those names, LeAngelo Ball,
Ball, he's the big one.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Baller brand.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Yeah, you said the other 2 names, and everybody's like, who? But you put that Ball last name.
You put the ball in there.
Yeah. Leon Tyrod Taylor, the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, got benched today. They're going to start rookie Nathan Peterman this week. What's your thoughts on the whole situation there for the Bills?
Man, I remember Nathan Peterman when he was at UT, and he wasn't a good player. But I like what they're doing, especially Nathan Peterman had a pretty decent game. And, if something's not working, you might have to change it. And so I agree with this move right here.
Yeah. College basketball got started last Friday night, but the big games were last night in Chicago. Grayson Allen led number 1 Dukes to an 88-81 win over number 2 Michigan State. He led the Blue Devils with 37 points on 7 three-pointers. Number 4 Kansas took down Kentucky 65-61. And also last night, the third college football playoff top 25 came out. Alabama, Clemson, Miami, Oklahoma's the new top 4. And we're going to talk about that, the new college football playoff rankings when we come back here on the Buc N Sports Show on 89.5 The Edge, Buck TV.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. because it means love and devotion for one's country. Love. But what really makes up this country of ours? What is it we love? It's the people. Almost half the country belongs to minority groups. People who are lesbian, African American, and bi and transgender and Native American, and proud of it. After all, what's more American than freedom to celebrate the things that make us, us? This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, disability, sexuality, race, religion, and any other labels. Because the second any of us judge people based on those labels, we're not really being patriotic, are we? Because love has no labels.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90-mile-per-hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Recently, our country has witnessed catastrophic devastation. Hurricanes and flooding have upended lives and livelihoods.
Across this great country, Americans have answered the call.
That special calling that compels us, when others are down, to step up and do whatever it takes.
America's at her best when, against all odds, we come together and lift each other up.
Please donate to oneamericaappeal.org. America needs you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Buc N Sports Show here on 89.5 The Edge, Buck TV, and ETSU Media Communications Facebook Live and YouTube pages. Guys, the new top 25 came out last night in college football. Again, the top four: Alabama, Clemson, Miami, Oklahoma, Wisconsin, Auburn, Georgia, Notre Dame, Ohio State on the outside looking in there. What's y'all's first thoughts of it, of what happened? Did you agree with Miami moving up from number 7 to number 3 after their big win, Brandon?
I completely agree with it.
Okay.
They thrashed Notre Dame.
Yeah,
what was the final?
41-8.
41-8. I completely agree with Miami moving up into the top 4.
Okay, Leon.
I also agree moving up into the top 4, but I'm kind of more of Miami should be number 2 at this point.
Oh.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and just give us your whole top 4.
So my whole top 4 is Alabama, Miami, Clemson, Oklahoma.
Oh.
Miami, like you said, they spanked Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And I feel like Miami showed that they can definitely compete at this big high level, because it was a high level game. Notre Dame came out competing, but it didn't look like it because Miami just came out and just guns a
They
blazing.
came out swinging and didn't stop.
Swinging. And so, and plus Miami is also in the ACC with Clemson.
Yep.
And so I feel like, it's going to come down to that ACC national championship game between Miami and Clemson. And I honestly feel like Miami can do it.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
I'm all
Miami
about
can do it.
Miami. I'm like Connor. I'm all about Miami right now. After that, I'm all about them.
It's about that spot, man. It's about that spot. What's your whole top 4, Brandon?
Same. I don't have any quarrels with the committee selected. I would probably put Miami above Clemson. No quarrels, just like just like Leon, I would probably put Miami number 2, Clemson 3, and Oklahoma 4.
Okay, so I have mine a little bit different than you all. I have Alabama at number 1, just like you all in the committee, but at number 2, I've got Oklahoma.
Okay.
I'm very impressed with what
respect
they're
it.
doing. I think they have the best unit in college football with their offense. Their defense is not great. I thought it played better this week against TCU. I think Miami's moved up to number 3 for me, and I kept Clemson at 4. I'm not impressed with what Clemson's doing right now.
No, me neither.
They had the final score looked a whole lot better against Florida State. I think the final score was 31-14, but that was a field goal ball game with about 8 minutes left. And Florida State's 3-6 this year, and that was in Death Valley. So I'm not totally sold on Clemson right there. And at number 5, I've also got Wisconsin, but I tell you who's rising up on mine, that's Auburn. And I really like what they're doing. I also, before we move on to the recaps of the games, Leon, what do you think of Ohio State? They got them at number 9. If Ohio State wins the Big Ten, they got a chance at the playoff, you think?
Honestly, if Actually, yes. I
You
really
okay?
do.
Even with
agree,
two
yes.
losses, you're good with that?
Even with 2
All
losses.
right. How about you, Brandon?
They probably do just because of politics and everything.
Okay.
I don't. A 2-loss team, I don't think should ever be in there. But if some more teams lose, I think there might have to be a 2-loss team in the playoff.
Yeah.
So.
And last week we talked so much about 2 SEC teams getting in. It looks like there may be 2 ACC teams, maybe,
Could
but
be.
they do play each other in Charlotte on the first Saturday in December. Let's recap some games of the weekend. Let's start off with the game down in Como, Columbia, Missouri. Tennessee went down there and just got hammered in the second half. It was a 24-17 ball game at halftime, Brandon, but the final score was 50-17. And it was the final straw that broke the camel's back for Butch Jones's career in Knoxville as he got fired Sunday morning. So what was your thoughts there on the whole Tennessee situation?
I thought, I didn't think it was going to be a blowout. I thought it was, the halftime score was close. I thought it was going to stay close for the rest of the game. But, Tennessee just didn't come out and play in the second half, and Missouri just took advantage of it, and they killed it. And I think after going, they're 0-6 now in the SEC. They lost to every SEC team they've played. I agree. I think it was time for Butch to go.
Yeah, my one thing about the whole Butch Jones drama that it really had became there in Knoxville was I'm not going to fire a coach in the middle of the season if his kids are still playing for him, and they just kept playing and playing and playing. But in the second half against Missouri, I thought it was the first time I thought that they really just quit on him.
Yep.
And I thought it left John Kerr with no choice. Just no choice
they just
there
lay
on
down
Sunday.
and lay down.
What's your thoughts, Leon?
Honestly, I didn't watch the game. But to be real with you, you guys are completely right. Yeah. You can tell just the difference between playing for Butch at the beginning of the season.
Football. We talked about it a little bit, but Miami hosted Notre Dame Saturday night and just gave the Fighting Irish a butt whooping, 41-8, and I don't even think it was that close, Leon. I thought it was just a flat-out blowout, and as a guy who was kind of doubting Miami last week, if you for the past couple of weeks, if you've been listening and watching the show, I'm sold on the Hurricanes and Mark Richt now. How about you?
Oh, I agree. I loved Mark Richt when he was at Georgia. But can we just talk about Travis Homer, the running back?
Yeah.
I think he's just a sophomore, and he legit dominated. I believe he had over 140 yards rushing. And so that offense just looked spectacular.
Yeah, and he's their backup. Their starter got hurt earlier in the year against Duke. So, I mean, they've got a plentiful of just stars on that team. It feels like an old Miami team. Their quarterback, Malik Rozier, stepping in from a guy who went to the NFL early in Brad Kaya. What's your thoughts on the Hurricanes and maybe even a little bit about the Notre Dame if you want, Brandon?
I wasn't sold on Miami either. I liked them, but I didn't like them as much as, Connor or anybody else did.
Connor loved it.
But after this Notre Dame game, I am completely on the Hurricanes bandwagon now. I think they can go in. I think they can run the table in the rest of the season, win the ACC championship, and represent the ACC in the playoff. Notre Dame, I thought it would be a blowout the other way. Honestly, I thought Notre Dame was just that good, but they come out and just I don't know. It's just Miami. I don't know if Miami was that much better. Notre Dame just had a bad game, but it was not pretty. There you go.
No, it wasn't, and I thought it was a real statement maker by what Mark Richt's trying to do there down in Coral Gables. And that Hard Rock Stadium, it's not the old Orange Bowl, but it was rocking, not just last week, but the Virginia Tech game. I always been a complaint ever since they moved there is that it's not on campus. It's about an hour drive from campus to get there because Miami's so big with the traffic and all that. But every single person, I think, in Miami was just there, and they were making some noise. Even Alex Rodriguez is there again, back-to-back weeks. So everybody get your turnover chains going. Keep it in the SEC. Moving to the SEC. Number one team in the country for the past couple of weeks is the Georgia Bulldogs, and they went to Auburn in the Deep South's oldest rivalry, Brandon. And Auburn just opened up on them, 40-17. Yep. What's your thoughts here on the Tigers and the Bulldogs?
Again, another kind of Miami situation. I wasn't sold on Auburn. I'm still not really sold on Auburn, to be completely honest. I thought it would go completely the other way. I thought it would be – I don't know if it would be a blowout by Georgia, but I thought it would be – Georgia would come away with a 14, 20-point win. But, Auburn just came out and dominated. What was it? Their quarterback had 214-yard passing,
Jared
3
Stidham.
touchdowns. Yeah, Stidham had 3 touchdowns, and then the running back 167 yards on the ground.
Johnson, man.
Yeah.
And he's their backup.
Yeah,
Cameron Petway is their starter. He's their workhorse.
Yards on the ground against a good Georgia defense.
Yeah.
So I was completely shocked.
You said you're not sold on Auburn yet. Why is that, Brandon?
I don't know. It's just I don't think they've really played anybody other than Georgia. I'll be a little bit more sold on them after the Alabama game, how they play against Alabama.
And I don't know about you, Leon, but if the game's played tonight in the Iron Bowl, I may take Auburn against Alabama. I'm impressed with what Gus Malzahn's done. I love their defense with Kevin Steele as defensive coordinator. And Cameron Petway is going to come back, and so they're going to have that two-horse back of him and Kerryon Johnson. I think they are I think they're trouble for Alabama with all their injuries. What's your thoughts?
I agree. I think they will be trouble, but I don't think they'll be trouble enough. I feel like Auburn will end up losing the game probably by a touchdown and a field goal. So, honestly, like you said, the defense is looking amazing. This has probably been the best Auburn team since I want to say when Nick Marshall was quarterback.
Yeah, 2013.
2013, yes. And so with that, they're on a high horse right now, but I feel like it's going to end up biting in the rear end because they'll probably think that they're going to have the game with Alabama due to their injuries.
Okay.
So,
what I really like about this Auburn team is that they lost early. They lost that tough game 14-6 when their offense wasn't moving the ball against Clemson early in the season. They had that 20-point lead and blew it against LSU. And for past years, Gus Malzahn's lost his team after that, but not this time. They have kept it going. They kept the faith. And I like I said, if the game's played tonight, I may take Auburn. It's going to be a home game, and they'll probably get another rematch against Georgia in the SEC title game. And I think Auburn's will be in the college football playoff if I had to pick today. I think that they're there.
I can definitely see that. I can definitely respect your opinion there.
I think Jarrett Stidham's a really good quarterback. He's growing into figuring out what Gus Malzahn and Chip Lindsey wants to do with that offense. And like I said, that running back tandem there of Johnson and Petway, when Petway gets healthy, it's going to be just trouble. And Alabama's got all kinds of injuries with Sean Dion Hamilton at linebacker and so much more. If Minka Fitzpatrick's not healthy, I don't like Alabama at all. All right, we're going to take a break here on the Buc N Sports Show, come back and talk some NFL. It's been a wild weekend there. Like we said, new moves with Buffalo.
Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to the Buc N Sports Show here on 89.5 The Edge, Buck TV, and Facebook Live and YouTube on the ETSU Media and Communications pages. Just to give you an update on the ETSU women's basketball game, 1:55 left in the third quarter over there in Boone, North Carolina, but the Mountaineers have cut the lead. It's now tied at 39 there with the Bucks and the Mountaineers. All right, guys, we're leaving college football. Well, let's move to the NFL. And the Vikings are now 7-2, Brandon, with Case Keenum at quarterback. They beat the Redskins this past weekend 38-30, but now they've got Teddy Bridgewater back and healthy, supposedly. They're thinking about moving him. They announced that the Keenum will start this week. What's your whole thoughts on that QB situation? If you were Mike Zimmer, the head coach, what would you do?
All right, if I was Mike Zimmer, I would keep Case Keenum in at quarterback because Teddy Bridgewater hasn't played in, 2 years?
Almost.
Pretty much now, almost 2 years now, so I would keep with what you got. I've always been a huge Case Keenum fan ever since he was at Houston. I've loved Case Keenum. I think he's doing a great job up there in Minnesota, and I think he should keep him in. Because I think maybe you bring Teddy Bridgewater back at the beginning of next year, get him some reps in the offseason, but not this season.
All right. Leon, what's your thoughts on the whole situation there with the Vikings?
If it's not broken,
don't fix it.
Don't fix it.
There you go.
All right. Let's move to the Jaguars-Chargers game. 20-17, the Jaguars won this one in overtime. It was a wild game. As always, the Chargers found a way to lose a close game, it feels like, with Phillip Rivers at quarterback, and he got hurt. He's in a concussion protocol. But this was a weird game. They were down by a field goal late. They somehow got the ball back, and they end up winning the game on a field goal there. And the Josh Scobie overtime field goal that just barely got in there after it got tipped. You can see if you're watching on Buc TV and Facebook Live and YouTube, you just saw it there. It just got tipped and barely got in there. Josh Lambo, I said Scobie, former Charger kicker. Got some revenge there on his former team. Are the Jaguars for real to you, Leon? Do you think that they're a real option there to make the playoffs in the AFC?
No, not at all.
Okay. Who do you like them in the AFC South then?
So the AFC South.
Titans, Texans, Colts?
Honestly, I like the Titans better than anybody else. At first, when Deshaun Watson was quarterback for the Texans, you know, when he was healthy and everything, I was thinking that, Texans have a great shot. Now, I feel like Titans, and Marcus Mariota's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Completely agree. The Titans for the South.
They got a big game coming up this Thursday against the Steelers, Brandon, the Titans do. But
they do.
You're also on the Titans just like Leon?
Yeah, I'm on the Titans in the AFC South, yes.
All right. I tell you what, I'm on the Jaguars.
Oh.
Their defense is better than the Titans. The running game's surprisingly better than the Titans, even though the Titans have DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry. But Leonard Fournette, that offensive line, Blake Bortles is playing better. I like what the Jaguars are doing. Doug Marrone's their coach, bologna and cheese. Doug Marrone, I think I think they got it going on there. I like the Jaguars out of the AFC South. Last Thursday night, Seahawks took on the Cardinals, won 22-16. Russell Wilson got hurt in the third or fourth quarter there. Was supposed to go under the tent of concussion protocol. Walked in, didn't see anybody in there, so he just walked out and got his helmet back on to come back out. Brandon, there's been a lot of talk about this. Looks like the Seahawks are probably going to get fined for all this, probably about $150K. What's your whole thoughts on the Seahawks now?
Well, I agree with the fine. I don't think any injury to do with your head, you don't play around with. You don't just walk in there, walk back out, and walk on the field. I think you need to get checked out, make sure you don't have any serious damage or concussion or anything. I think it was a stupid decision by Russell Wilson. I know you want to get back out there and win the game, but you got to think about your health first. You need to be able to play 5 years down the road. Yeah. And think about the future, not just the here and now.
Yeah, and their offense has stayed pretty healthy this year, Leon, except for that running back position. But their defense, Earl Thomas is out for an extended period of time here. It looks like Richard Sherman's going to be done for the year as he went down from an Achilles injury Thursday night. So the Seahawks can't be messing around with these injuries. They got to really watch out for all this, don't they?
Right, yes, sir. Most definitely, with all these injuries, the Seahawks is not looking pretty good for the rest of the season. The rest of the season, they have numerous challenges ahead, and especially with the injuries to the Legion of Boom.
Haven't heard that in a while,
right? Well, because look, obviously they're not the Legion of Boom anymore. They're probably Boo. Honestly.
Oh, dang.
I like that. Yeah, you were talking about the schedule. They got the Falcons at home on Monday night coming up this week. Then they're at 49ers, home against the best team in the NFL, the Eagles, and then at Jaguars, home against the Rams, at Cowboys, home against the Cardinals to finish out the year. That's no cakewalk there. So definitely I think you're right. Seahawks may have a little bit of trouble. So, and what I actually do like about the Seahawks though is this. I still think that there's so many question marks about almost said St. Louis, the Rams, now the Los Angeles Rams, that I think that I still like him the best out of the West. I know what you're going to get out of Russell Wilson week in, week out. You're going to get him making plays for his teammates. Their offensive line picked up Dwayne Brown. He got a little shaken up Thursday night. I think he's going to end up being okay. I like where their offense is going. Their defense is not what it once was. We just talked about that. But I still trust the Seahawks the most out of the NFC West. How about you?
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
All right.
I'm taking the Rams.
I love the Rams.
I love the Rams.
I love
what Jared Goff is doing with them.
Yeah.
But I'm taking them. I think with the Seahawks injuries, I don't think they can pull it out. I'm going with the Rams.
I think the Rams are the better team right now. But down the stretch, I think the Seahawks will. Their veteran been there, done that, bought the T-shirt. I'm going to trust the Seahawks.
I see where you're coming from. I'm still going to take LA though.
Keeping it there in the NFC, talking about some of the best teams in the NFC. Here's the team that won the NFC last year. The Atlanta Falcons took down the Dallas Cowboys 27-7. But let's talk about the losers. We always do on the Buc N Sports Show. We're very negative. Let's talk about Dallas. Ezekiel Elliott gave up. He's going to take the suspension now.
Yep.
Tyron Smith, their best offensive line, one of the best in the league, is out for a while here. Who's more important to the Cowboys, Brandon? Ezekiel Elliott or Tyron Smith?
Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
I don't think Ezekiel is that great of a running back. I'm going to be completely honest. I think it's the Cowboys' offensive line that make him look good. I think it made DeMarco Murray look good. I don't think he's a great running back either. So I think Tyron Smith is definitely the bigger loss for them because that offensive line is the best in the league, and it's just they can't recover from that.
Yeah.
But being without him and Ezekiel Elliott, though, it does have a bigger impact, though.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Leon, Brandon just said that he doesn't think Ezekiel Elliott's that great. How about you?
I think Ezekiel is an okay back. He's not awful, but he's not amazing.
Are you saying he's overrated?
He is overrated.
Yes.
Put it on Twitter. We're going to put up a poll here on the Buc N Sports Twitter page at BUCN Sports. Ezekiel Elliott, overrated, underrated?
Overrated.
And I don't care.
Wow.
I don't care who's running the ball. You're not moving the ball unless you have a strong offensive line.
Yeah, you have to have an offensive line.
And the Cowboys has the best offensive line in the league.
I don't disagree, but we're just going to.
The Cowboys' offensive line could make Trent Richardson a 1,000-yard rusher.
Well,
okay, now you're stretching.
No, I'm going there. I'm going there.
All right. Do you think they make the playoffs?
No, I think the Eagles win that division.
You don't think they get a wild card spot?
No, I don't think they do.
5-4?
No, I don't think they do.
All right.
I think the Eagles win that.
I agree.
No,
they won't make the
for
playoffs.
Dallas.
No wild card.
I think I agree with y'all. On that one. Let's go to the Patriots-Broncos game. Talking about an elite team, the New England Patriots are back, folks. They took down the Broncos Sunday night, 41-16. Are the Patriots back to being the Patriots really quickly, Brandon?
Yeah, I think they are. I think they've worked out whatever problems they had, and I think they're on the right track now.
I think the defense is back. Belichick's got it going, but there was this really scary moment in the game where one of the main referees in the ball game got ran over by a Patriots guy on a punt, and we're going to show it here if you watch on Buck TV, Facebook Live, or YouTube. And the referee just goes out cold.
Oh, that looks
bad. Goodness gracious.
That's awful.
Hit his head.
Yeah, and so this is a sport now, Leon, where you said earlier you played football. This is a sport where anybody in the field of play feels that they can get injured at any time. Jeff Rice was the umpire there. What would be the protocol in this situation if you were in this around this?
Well, number one, you couldn't control it. Yeah. You couldn't control it. Your head your head always has to be on a swivel, especially during the game of play, and also with referees as well, because they don't have pads.
Yeah.
And so I feel like nobody's going to get in trouble.
That shouldn't.
You couldn't help it, but they will try to find some protocol to, I guess, aid in the refs, especially because refs are in the field of play, just in the way or whatever they're doing. And so definitely, I think they're going to find ways to kind of make enhancements or make rules on to kind of help the refs in that case.
Yeah. Really quickly here, guys. Monday night's game was the Panthers-Dolphins. Panthers won 45-21. Do you trust the Panthers going down the stretch, Brandon, really quickly?
No, I don't. I still don't think they're the same team after that Super Bowl against Denver. Nope.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Leon, really quickly, you trust the Panthers and Cam Newton going down the stretch of the season?
No, sir. I feel like they're going to be inconsistent.
All right.
Yeah. They have been since that Super Bowl.
Really quickly, also, do y'all trust the Saints more?
Yes, I trust
it's
more
hard,
the Saints.
but yeah, I'd have to say they're proven.
Wow.
Sean Payton, Drew Brees.
I take the Panthers, folks. I think the Panthers have got it going on. I like Cam Newton, what he's doing there, and I should trust the Saints more, but I just don't trust that defense yet. You got to give me more. All right, we're going to take a break here, come back, and talk some NBA.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. you're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills, the smarts. Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Welcome back here to the Buc N Sports Show here on 89.5 The Edge, Buck TV, and the ETSU Media and Communications Facebook Live and YouTube pages. Also, follow us on Twitter at Buc N Sports, BUCN Sports. We're throwing up some polls tonight. Already got a few going about our NFL stuff there. The last segment may get a few here about the NBA. But, Leon, LeBron James just feels bored right now with the Cavs. He's causing drama with the New York Knicks. Made a comment last week in Dallas that they should have drafted Dennis Smith Jr., not Frank Ntilikina. I'm surprised by that. Why does he keep doing this? And then him and Frank Ntilikina and Enes Kanter, because Enes always gets in a fight with somebody, had to get into it Monday. Was it Monday night that game happened?
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on this whole situation? And why is LeBron? What's the old saying? Why do wolves care about the opinion of sheep? Is that the old saying?
Yes. I think it's because, especially before this game, how many games have they lost?
7, I think.
In a row.
Oh, in a row, I don't know, but I think overall 7 or 8.
The Cavs aren't playing on how they're supposed to be playing.
No.
And especially LeBron is annoyed right now. And so, I feel like especially with that annoyance, with that stress, he's going to cause problems.
Yeah.
Usually LeBron is very humble. Usually he doesn't do this usually.
Yeah.
But this year he is, and he's getting old. He's getting annoyed. Honestly, he starts to run his mouth.
He's frustrated.
He's frustrated.
They should not be losing these games, especially they're getting blown out by teams that they should not have any business getting blown out to.
Yeah, I think it's I think this is a weird situation here for LeBron. Does this make you feel like? Does this make you trust less in the Cavs with what LeBron's acting like here? Do you put more trust into teams like the Celtics or the Wizards or anybody else you want to put trust into in the East?
Oh yeah, I definitely think the Cavs are vulnerable right now. I would put more trust into the Wizards, into the Celtics, into the Raptors, because as I said, the Cavs are vulnerable. They're not playing well. They're not playing well as a team. They're not winning games that they're supposed to win. They're just They're just discombobulated. They're playing awful.
Yeah.
I don't know what the problem is, but they need to fix it.
Yeah. Let's segue into what the Boston Celtics are doing right now. They'd be the number 1 seed in the East if the season ended today. They've won 13 straight. After starting out, 0-2?
0-2.
They've won 13 straight. Boston's very impressive. Brad Stevens and head coach Kyrie Irving. Has this streak here, Leon, changed the way you think who's coming out of the East?
Yes, sir. Yes, it has. I feel like they wanted more, especially Kyrie. I think Kyrie has something to prove, especially being on the team with LeBron the year before. And, this year, this is considered as Kyrie's team.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer in that. And so, especially, I feel like all their teammates, kind of buy into that.
Oh, yeah.
And, they wanted more.
You have guys stepping up all over the Celtics roster. Terry Rozier, Aaron Baines, even the rookie Jason Tatum is playing so good right now. As a Celtics fan, I'm excited.
Yeah. Here's my thing with Boston is that it's November.
It is November. It is early.
I still put trust in LeBron James. I know he's feeling bored right now, but once it gets into March, April, I think we're going to see something switch in him. I had the Cavs coming in. I'm going to stick with the Cavs. I'm not going to hop off yet. I know they're only 7-7, I think, right now. I don't trust Ty Lue as a head coach, but I do put trust in the 23. I do put trust in the King James.
I agree with you.
Yeah, so I'm going to ride the Cavs.
Yeah. I respect it.
Yeah. All right, here's a fun question for you guys. We've got so many great young players right now in the NBA. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Ben Simmons, Kristaps Porzingis, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker. 5 years. I'm going to give you 5 years. Let's say 2022. Brandon.
All right.
Out of those guys, who will be the best player in the NBA?
Giannis Antetokounmpo will be the best player in 5 years.
Of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah. What is he? 22 years old now.
Yeah, somewhere around.
He's a 6'11" forward out of Milwaukee. I think he's just playing. So he's playing at a superstar level already at 22.
But he can't shoot.
I think he cannot shoot. He cannot shoot, but I think he'll work on it. He'll work on it. He'll get better shooting, and then once he adds that to his game, it's going to be over.
Yeah.
I think he'll do great things with the Bucks.
How about you, Leon?
First off, you get an award for pronouncing his last
Thank
name.
you.
I was about to say Giannis, like no doubt. His body, the way he goes up for the ball, the way he takes over games. That man can play, and I am a firm believer that he will be the best player in the NBA
5 years.
In 5 years,
Yeah. You talking about pronounce his name. Last year during the All-Star game, Marv Albert was calling the game, and he went through the first time, and he came off like Giannis Antetokounmpo or something like that. And then the second time, he went Giannis Ant at the Greek Freak. We're just going to call him the Greek Freak the rest of the game. But I disagree, guys. I've been all over the place on this one. I was at Ben Simmons a week ago, and then I saw what Kristaps Porzingis was doing. I like Kristaps. I'm going to go with Karl Anthony Towns.
I can agree with that.
Even though it's not a big man's game anymore, it feels like. But I feel like that guy has something special. And the name we didn't throw out there, how about another Kentucky big man, Anthony Davis?
Oh, yeah.
Feels like just nobody talks about him anymore. Injuries have been a problem for Anthony. I think there's so many ways you could go through this. And even in 5 years, Brandon, how about LeBron? He'll be 38, 39.
Yep.
KD, Steph, will they still be in the conversation?
Going back to the young guys real quick, there's so much talent there. I don't think you could go wrong with anybody. I think they'll all be great players. They'll all be superstars. But going to LeBron, 38, 39, I think he'll still be up there, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll still be up there. I think he'll find a way to play like Michael Jordan did, play as an older man. And I think he'll still be up there. Probably not, top 5, but he'll definitely be top 10, I think.
Yeah. How about
KD? I think he'll have a steep drop off. So will Steph.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think they can continue. I don't think Steph maybe not as much as KD because just muscle memory shooting and everything. He'll always be a great shooter. KD's a great shooter too, but I just think he'll have a steeper drop off.
How about you, Leon? What do you
I feel
think
like KD will have a issue with injuries. 5 years down the line. He's going to be the oldest, and especially his body type. The man is small, like
he's thin,
very thin, very
the
thin.
Slim
and
Reaper, as they
I
call
feel
him.
like it's going to be time for KD to hang the shoes up. LeBron, I feel like will be top 10. I fully
Still
agree
top
with
10,
that.
yeah.
He won't be as powerful as he was, or impactful as he was, now. But and Steph Curry, I don't feel like Steph Curry will drop off that much, but I also feel like he won't be as high. So I would say him and LeBron would still be top 10.
Okay. All right. I love Durant. I think he's the second best player in the league right now. There's a good chance he could end up maybe as the all-time leading scorer in this league. And with the way he's going, I love his shot. I love everything Durant is. 7 foot, and I still think he's probably the best offensive player in the league. I love what Durant's bringing to the table. I think Durant could still be in this conversation. LeBron at 38, 39, unless he gets on that TB12 Tom Brady stuff, I'm going to say doubt. I'm going to doubt it. And this Steph Curry, maybe. Every time we keep doubting that guy, he just keeps proving us wrong. So
that is true.
I don't know about Steph, but you throw those guys in, and I want to go back to Devin Booker we had there a little bit earlier. We were talking in our content meeting, and we decided to throw Devin Booker out there. Scored 70 on the Celtics last year, but that team's not great. Do you have Devin Booker in that same league as Giannis and Ben Simmons and Porzingis and Embiid and Towns, Brandon?
Probably not as much as a leader, but as an elite scorer, and that he can just put up buckets, yes. But as far as a leader goes, or like leading a team, being the anchor or anything, no, probably not. But as I said, being a scorer, being a leading scorer on the team, being the guy that when you need a basket, that's who you go to at the end of the game. I think he could be that guy.
Okay. How about you, Leon?
I agree. He is a leading scorer.
Okay.
Now, but when it comes to leading a team, I feel like he needs more years in the league. He needs more experience. This is his.
Yeah, he was the youngest player in the league.
Yeah.
Right. And so, and I feel like more promise will show probably, in the next 3 years. And so to see, I think he's going to have to grow into a leader, especially because how the Suns are playing, they need a leader.
Yeah.
They need one.
What's the expectations for him? Would it be disappointing if he ended up like Ben Gordon? Let's say Ben Gordon. Really good offensive player there for a long time with the Bulls. Kind of went downhill there at the end. Probably should have retired a couple years before he did. Would that be a disappointing career for Devin Booker?
I don't really think so, because I don't think anybody really came in and expected him to, play at a superstar level and to have an all-around game. I think when the Suns drafted him, they knew what they were getting. They were getting a sharpshooter who could hit from pretty much anywhere on the floor, and I think it would consider his career a success if he went down like that.
Leon?
Just yeah.
What do you think? Ben Gordon?
That's a tough one. That is tough.
Ben Gordon was really good for Chicago there, and then he went downhill, and he's a really good offensive player. I don't think that'd be a terrible career for Devin Booker. I think that'd be an all right career. I think sometimes we love these young guys so much here at the start that we just overhype them too much. Let's say Andrew Wiggins, really good player. Let's say he ends up like Jason Richardson. Would that be disappointing? That's a good career. That's 15 years.
That is
I think it'd be disappointing though when the Timberwolves drafted him that they expected him to be the superstar and lead their team.
All right.
I think that would be disappointing for him.
Yeah, I don't know. I just not all these guys are going to be stars. Some of these guys are going to not turn out like they hoped. So I don't know. I think that would be just an interesting thing to look at. What are these guys really going to end up like? Is Porzingis Dirk or is he going to drop off? We don't know. So we'll see. We're going to come back here on the Buc N Sports Show. We're going to pick our locks. We're going to talk about our locks from last week. Brandon's just not filling in for Connor on the show. He filled in for him in another situation. We're going to give you our top 5, bottom 3 NFL teams. And we're going to talk about that Tennessee job opening. Who's our picks? And let's have some fun with it, too, right here on the Buc N Sports Show.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Last week, Connor Scott picked his lock of the week, and it was Michigan State over Ohio State. Michigan State lost 45-3, and so his punishment was the Ice Bucket Challenge. Brandon Stevens nice enough to do it in Connor's place since Connor's in Boone, North Carolina tonight.
Yeah, let's do it.
Brandon, Bailey's helping him out. Go ahead and take it away.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, yes.
Can you lift it?
Yes. All right, you ready?
I'm going to hold my sunglasses.
3.
Let's do it.
2, 1.
That's a lot colder than I thought it was going to be. Woo! Woo! I feel so alive.
How's it feel, Brandon?
I feel good. It feels right, Jacob. It feels right.
Did it feel right, Brandon?
It did. It felt good. It felt good. A little colder than I thought it was going to be, but it was good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Well, you know what? You were a good guy. You filled in there for Connor. It was a tough situation. The water was cold, right?
It was
a little
very
bit
cold.
colder than you thought it was going to be.
Very cold, yeah.
It came out of a water fountain, so there you go. Saving water bottles. Saving water bottles. That's what we're all about here at ETSU.
Eco-friendly on the Buc N Sports Show.
Yeah, well, would you expect anything else out of us? Yeah. But now, guys, it's time for us to pick our locks this week. Not a great college football week. I don't know if anybody's riding any college football games. I know I'm not, but Brandon, you're probably still a little bit wet, but let's go ahead and see what your lock is for this week.
I'm picking the Rams over the Vikings.
Ooh, lock it in.
Guaranteed.
On the road?
In. On the road.
On the road.
Guaranteeing the Rams over the Vikings.
What's going to be your punishment?
All right, let's see what we got here. Hot pepper challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's going to be the worst.
Just to give you a little description on the hot pepper challenge, folks, on that first segment, Brandon's going to have to do that first segment after just eating a hot pepper challenge, and without anything to drink at all. Anything to drink at all.
Oh,
So good
I
luck
hate
with that.
peppers. This is going to be a tough one.
I'm keeping it NFL as well. I'm going Monday Night Football. We just got done talking about the Seahawks a couple segments ago. Give me the Seahawks over the Falcons at home.
Oh, here we go.
if the Falcons win, I will have to sing "Taking Me Out" to the ball game. Yeah, take me out. All right, Leon.
Get your vocal cords ready.
Taking the Falcons.
All right, so I'm picking NFL as well.
Yeah.
Now, they're not hardcore teams and everything,
Okay.
but I feel as though after that loss from Patriots, Denver will have a fire in their belly.
Oh.
So, yes.
Over the Bengals?
Over the
Oh.
Bengals.
Oh.
Denver over the Bengals.
All right.
Wild card here.
What's going to be your punishment if the Bengals come out the win on the road?
Oh, take the wheel.
What do you got?
Pizza on me.
Oh,
and I am broke, so we'll see how that goes.
Just kidding. Yeah, we're going to have to remember all these because no show next week. We'll be back here on the 29th, but no show next week, so I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving there with their families. But, guys, let's go back to the NFL here, and let's talk about our top 5, bottom 3. We love this segment. Brandon, you've done it before.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me your top 5 NFL teams. So let's start off at number 5.
Number 5, I am taking the Steelers. Still think they're top 5. They had a tough win over the Colts. I thought it was going to be a little farther than that. But number 4, I am taking the New Orleans Saints.
Ooh.
I think they've bumped up to my top 5. I'm still not fully sold on them. But Drew Brees, Sean Payton, proven head coach and quarterback.
Yeah.
So number 3, taking the New England Patriots.
Ooh.
I think they're back on track. I think Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, was there ever any doubt, really? As much as I hate to say that.
Okay.
Number 2, the Rams.
Wow.
I've been high on the Rams all year now. I love Jared Goff. I love what he's doing there. I think the change of scenery helped them tremendously. And then number 1, you got to go with the Eagles.
Okay.
Still Carson Wentz and that whole team, just out of their minds,
All right,
playing out of their minds.
Go ahead and give us your bottom 3. Start off at number 30. Go to number 32.
Number 30, the Colts.
Colts?
The Colts, I think they're not going to get any better, with Andrew Luck is not going to play. Number 31, the Niners.
Okay.
They're not going to get any
Got
better.
the first win.
Yeah, they did get their first win. That's why they're above my next team, who is the New York Giants.
Oh.
So they beat the Giants, so.
Yeah.
With the Cleveland Browns retired,
Yeah.
those are all interchangeable.
Again here, folks, if you're screaming at home, where's the Browns? They are retired from the bottom 3. They're so bad we don't count them as an NFL team. So
where we count them? Are they?
Yeah, they've been relegated.
Are they
so,
college? Is it a college team?
They're like a
high school
They're
team.
like a Division III college team. They're down there, junior college, probably playing East Mississippi Community College. Watch out for Buddy Stevens.
I think Alabama may want to play them. Nick Saban may want to get up there.
Yeah.
Go to Cleveland.
Yeah, but go ahead, Leon. Let's give us your top 5 NFL teams. Start us off at number 5.
So my number 5 is the Vikings. All right, so I didn't pick the Steelers. Were I thought about the Steelers, but because of that tough win against the Colts, you got to give it to the Vikings.
Okay, I can agree with
I
you.
like Case
I agree with
Keenum. I feel like he's on the right track and everything. So I would keep Vikings at number 5.
Okay.
My 4 are the Saints. Now I am sold with the Saints. Now they have a great running back tandem in Kamara and Mark Ingram.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Mark Ingram play this well in a decent amount of time.
Since he was 2009, Alabama Heisman Trophy season.
Right. And they got something going on here. And so I'm a firm believer of Sean Payton over there. He's doing great things. Drew Brees, he's leading the team. He's a veteran. He's an old man, but you know what? He's doing big things. All right, number 3 is the Pats. The Patriots are coming in. They look like the Patriots. They look like what they're supposed to look like. So I'm very happy on that. The Rams is my number 2. The Rams are looking really good, and number 1 is obviously the Eagles.
Yeah.
They are playing some good ball. They are.
Yeah. Before we go to your bottom 3 here, why is it always the Pats, even though we call it the Patriots? Why is it never the Pates? I've always wondered that.
They don't have an E
You
at the
said
end.
that, and I thought about it. Why is it never the Pates? Why is it always the Pats?
Probably because it's like, I don't know. It's just weird because it sounds close to Peyton.
Is it?
So Peyton, yeah, the Peyton Manning and
it's always
Tom
a
Brady
little
rivalry.
dig. Yeah, it's always a little dig with those guys. Yeah, all right. Hey, go ahead with your bottom 3, Leon.
All right,
Start
so
us off at number 30.
Bottom 3, Colts,
Okay.
49ers, and then the Giants.
All right, so no change from Brandon.
No change.
All right.
No change.
I have the same top 5 teams as Brandon, just a little bit of a different order. Number 5 for me is the New Orleans Saints. Like I said earlier, I'm still not totally sold on them. It may just be a perception thing with me. Just watching that defense for so many years, I just don't fully trust them yet. Number 4 is the Rams. I like what the Rams are doing. I'm not going to put them in the top 3 yet because of just what I know with these other 3 teams. And number 3 is the Steelers. I know that they had a tough game on the road at Indianapolis and took a late field goal to get them the win. But I still trust the Steelers in this. So I'll go number 2, the Patriots. They got it back going. Number 1, the Eagles. And my bottom 3 is the same as you guys. Colts, 49ers, Giants. It almost has to be without the Browns in there. So good stuff there on the top 5, bottom 3. Now let's have some fun with this. The Tennessee job is now officially open. It's been talked about like it's been open for 2 months, but it hasn't been. Sunday it finally came open. Brandon, give me your first real option here for Tennessee of who Tennessee should go after. I want a real one. I want one that
John
Tennessee
Gruden,
fans...
maybe? No, I'm kidding. No. I had to say it. No. I think what's the coach from Memphis?
Mike Norvell.
I think he'll come from Memphis, go to Knoxville, and I think they'll get him.
Yeah, I've been talking about Mike Norvell for 2 days around Wharf Pickle. I think I'm selling people on it.
Yeah, you probably are.
I think I'm selling people on it. How about you, Leon?
I agree. Mike Norvell, he's at Memphis. It's going to be an easy move. And I feel like he can do big things here at UT.
Yeah. What I like about Mike Norvell is that he's young, 36 years old, runs a good, high-powered offense at Memphis. He did it when he was the offensive coordinator at Arizona State. He's good with the media. You got to be that at Tennessee. There's just so much media around Knoxville. You got to be good with the media. Ask Butch Jones. You got to be good with the media. And then another thing, quarterback play. He did it at Arizona State. Brock Osweiler.
Yep.
How about
Paxton Lynch?
Paxton Lynch was Justin Fuente, but Riley Ferguson there at Memphis. How about Taylor Kelly at Arizona State? I mean, really good stuff there with Mike Norvell. So give me a fun one. Give me one that's going to get the Tennessee fans all red-faced and burn up here, Brandon.
Maybe hire back Butch Jones.
Hire him
back. Give him another shot, man.
Give me a fictional one. Give me a fictional one.
Really Let's take Coach Klein from the Bulldogs. He coached Bobby Boucher. Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime, won the Bourbon Bowl, man. Come on.
Okay.
The SCLSU Mud Dogs, man. Great coach right there.
Yeah, he is. He is a
Visualize
great
an attack. Visualize an attack.
Yeah. Leon, got us a movie, TV show fun one here for the Tennessee faithful.
Coach Boone. Denzel Washington.
Herman
Boone. But he has to look like Denzel Washington.
I run 4 plays and I run them well.
I think my mom would definitely be a Tennessee fan.
That's what matters.
Washington.
That's what matters. That's what matters is will moms love him? That's what matters. I'm going to go with Eric Taylor, the head coach off Friday Night Lights, the TV show. Dillon Panthers, East Dillon Lions. Coach Taylor's got it going. Clear eyes, full hearts can't lose, Tennessee. Clear eyes, full hearts can't lose. So I like Coach Taylor there. All right, we're going to take our final break here on the Buc N Sports Show. We're going to come back and give you our pick 6 with mostly NFL games. Going to give you some college ones too, and also our 3 and out. Brandon Stevens, Leon Humphrey. I'm Jacob Townsend here, and we're having a good time. Hope you are too on the Buc N Sports Show.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I know, I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
into the Buc N Sports Show. About to do our Pick 6 segment here, here on 89.5 The Edge, Buck TV, and Facebook Live and YouTube. Leon, let's get us started here with your college game. You've got the only top 25 matchup of the weekend here. Number 24, Michigan State. Michigan. I keep saying Michigan State during the break, too. At Wisconsin, number 5. Who you like, Wolverines or Badgers?
I like Wolverines. Honestly, I feel like
on the road.
Yes, on the road. I feel like Badgers really haven't played anybody.
Okay.
And that's one of the main reasons why they aren't higher in the top 25. Okay. And I feel like Wolverine's going to come mad.
Okay.
Gonna come ticked off. And so I feel like they're going to be ready to play.
I like that pick. Brandon Peters, the new quarterback from Michigan's kind of turned their offense around, even though I really do like Wisconsin's running back, Jonathan Taylor, real Heisman candidate. Let's keep it in the college ones here, Brandon. Your pick, number 19, North Carolina State at Wake Forest. I know it's a doozy.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Who you like down there in Winston-Salem?
You could go either way, but I'm going with NC State.
On the road.
NC State on the road. Wake Forest could give them a tough game.
Vegas has them as a 1.5 point favorite.
It's going to be a tough game, but I think NC State pulls it out.
Okay. My college game, Texas at West Virginia. Neither team's in the top 25. Going down to the Big 12. Texas has to go on the country roads there, as John Denver would say about West Virginia. I'm going to take the Mountaineers, though. I'm going to take the Mountaineers at home. And so give me West Virginia. Let's go back to the NFL now, Leon. This is Brandon's lock of the week. You got Rams at Vikings. So you like L.A. or Minnesota?
I like L.A.
Yeah, my boy.
Yes, I like L.A. Jared Goff got something going on. And, Todd Gurley, he's a great running back.
Yeah.
I feel like he has the potential to be one of the best in the league, probably 2 or 3 years from now.
Wow.
And so I just feel like the Rams going to come out and ball out.
Wow. Okay. Brandon, your pick is my lock of the week. Falcons at Seahawks Monday night. Who you got?
I'm taking the Seahawks.
Oh, you're with me, baby.
Even with the injuries, I think the Seahawks are still going to pull it out. I don't think the Falcons have figured out whatever their problems are.
Yeah.
I don't think they figured them out, and I think they're gonna go down.
Yeah. All right. My pick is the I think it's Sunday night game. Eagles at Cowboys. Cowboys are upset. But the Eagles are coming off the bye week. I think the Eagles pull it out barely on the road. Give me the Eagles just barely on the road there.
See that.
All right, let's do our 3 and out here. Brandon, you're up first.
All right, going back to the NBA here. Let's talk about this 13-game winning streak from the Boston Celtics. Without Gordon Hayward gets injured 5 minutes into his debut. Without Kyrie these last 2 games with that broken bone in his face. The young players are stepping up, as I said. Aaron Baines, Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart. They are coming together as a team, and it's amazing what Brad Stevens has done in Boston. I can't wait for the rest of the season. I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah. My 3 and outs on Tennessee football. There's been a hatred of Butch Jones lately there all season long, going back to about the South Carolina Vanderbilt games there. And I think it was misguided at times. I think a lot of stuff was blamed on Butch that shouldn't have been blamed on Butch. And I hope Tennessee fans now, with a new coach coming in, we don't know who yet. We will in the next couple of weeks. If it's Mike Norvell, who we were talking about earlier, or if it's John Gruden, you never really know. But
rumors.
I think the Tennessee fans need to take a patient look. The program's in a good spot. It's better than what Butch Jones founded after Derek Dooley.
I can agree with that.
I think everybody just needs to take a step back and just let the new coach do him, work on the program. He's going to change some things. He's going to get on the recruiting trail, get his own staff in. I hope Tennessee fans are patient with the next guy and don't treat him the way they did Butch there at the end.
That's one of the biggest issues with Tennessee fans. Tennessee fans are very passionate because of the tradition, because of everything that definitely that Tennessee fans have gone through.
Yeah.
And so especially with that, that's going to be one of the biggest, hardest things they go through.
What's your 3 and out?
My 3 and out is Miami. I feel like the BCS National Championship will be between Alabama and Miami.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yes, and I am bold. So first off, I feel like Miami and Oklahoma will win out, and I feel like Oklahoma, will get short. And so I feel like Miami, Mark Richt is doing a great thing. He's doing a great thing. I like what he's doing. Miami they look like the U team. Yeah. They really do. Yeah. And so I feel like Alabama, though, with the injuries, they're going to find some way to squeeze it out, especially in the SEC championship, most likely against Georgia. And so that's going to happen.
All right. The Buc N Sports Show is a production of the ETSU Department of Media and Communication in conjunction with the radio and television film program. Today's show is directed by Patrick Ball. Floor manager was Bradley Yunt. Cameras were Indiana Callaway and Nick Schnabel. Audio by Mackenzie Moore. Cody Parker. Jonathan Jones, our production assistants. Our assistant producer was Bailey Wilson. We'll see you next time.
Out there at the end. Good job.
Yeah. Hey, you good, buddy? Nice job. Nice job.
All around, everybody.
Oh, we're going to win.
I was like, what's
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Hey.
I forgot to even look at it there at the
We
end.
have a winning record.
Yeah. All right.
See, I was like, what is gonna be my 3 now?
Let's go back
Then
here.
when I was like, oh wait, Miami. Yeah.